Joining me right now on the phone is host of the O'Reilly Factor, Bill O'Reilly. Bill, thanks so much for weighing in. Good to talk with you.
Good morning, Maria.
Your reaction to the latest out of Orlando and these shots back and forth between Clinton and Trump. I heard your interview the other night of Donald Trump. What's your take on the way he's handled this?
Well, I mean, Trump has two issues that could put him in the White House, the economy and terrorism. And this, obviously, he's going to be aggressive in the way he defines what should be done to protect Americans, and that's what he's doing. So the issue is he exploiting a tragedy? And as I told Stephen Colbert on Monday night on CBS, every politician addresses bad things when they happen. So why is anybody surprised? So Trump sees an opening. He took it. And, you know, voters have to make up their own mind about his tone.
Yeah, his tone is certainly one of the issues that everybody talks about. But the fact that he was among the first to point out the people coming into this country and creating havoc, you almost feel like when things like this keep happening, you know, I mean, he's not, I mean, some people are saying his tweets around that after Orlando, he should not be taking a victory lap.
There's a way to do it. We talked with Karl Rove on a Factor last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he might, you know, and I think Trump is today a little bit different tone than he was. But nobody's perfect, and this kind of gotcha game that the press plays with Donald Trump, I think is a disservice to the voters. Look, we all know that the liberal press in general is going to try to bolster Hillary Clinton. Okay, that's reality in America. It's been going on now for decades. But, you know, you've got to basically give both candidates a little room and not always suspect the worst. And every time Trump says anything, that's what it is. Always a racist, always this, always that. It's always putting the worst possible face on what he says. And if you want to be fair, you got to stop doing that. But I don't expect it to cease.
What did you think about President Obama's tone and his speech yesterday? Initially, we thought it was a speech about Orlando. Clearly, very soon into it, he pivoted to politics, and it was an attack on Donald Trump.
It's hard to assess Barack Obama's big picture goals other than to say, of course, he wants the Democrats to win. But throughout his presidency, the president has shown that when you go after him, he really gets upset about it. It's more of a passive-aggressive thing. So I think we saw the aggressive of the passive-aggressive yesterday. I mean, Trump is obviously saying to Americans, listen, this guy is not going to protect you and hasn't, and he's botched the whole terror war. And in a very personal way. And he, you know, you expect him to do it to Hillary Clinton because he's trying to beat Hillary Clinton. But he drags the president in, and Obama sees that and gets very angry, much more angry than he would on a policy basis. So, you know, he doesn't like Trump. He feels Trump is going to harm the country, and he's, interestingly, providing a lot of passion. The best line yesterday was Trump said, well, he's more mad at me than he is at the terrorists. That was a very good line.
Yeah, because it resonated. I mean, he was really mad at Donald Trump, and you didn't see that kind of anger.
No, you didn't.
Targeted toward the gunman.
And you never see it on policy. You didn't see it when the Americans were beheaded.
Right.
But I think you have to be also fair to President Obama. He is looking very bad at this point. I mean, there was a poll, new Fox News poll just came out yesterday, you know, Maria. 49% of the country says we're not, you know, America is not safe, you know, under him.
Yeah.
And, you know, he sees that number, and that upsets him.
But you know, I mean, Trump had a bad couple of weeks before the Orlando tragedy. I mean, he's talking so much about the judge.
But nobody even remembers the judge.
That's what I was going to ask you.
That's what I said.
So has he recovered fully from that? You think he's recovered fully from that?
I think the perception of Donald Trump changes when world events change. But that being said, I mean, many, many Americans are not going to vote for Donald Trump. I mean, he has much more to do than Hillary Clinton has to do. And it's not that Americans like Hillary Clinton. It's just that there are a lot of Americans who are very doubtful about Donald Trump. And his job is he has to persuade them that he's not some kind of guy who doesn't like this group and that group, that he does have a big vision to help the country, and that's his mandate. I mean, he has to do it. It's not going to be easy.
But do you think he's doing that?
I think his tone, to me, on Monday night, I thought that was the best interview he had done with me. And I've done with 10, maybe 15 with him.
Right.
And I thought on Monday night, his tone about Orlando was measured and precise. I mean, he believes that the Americans are in danger if we let in a flood of refugees. And he's making that point. Now, you either buy into that or you don't. I think that you can let refugees in, but you must vet them very, very stringently.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't think you have to ban all Muslims. I disagree with Mr. Trump on that issue. However, he came across in a very, very precise way, and I think he helped himself.
And do you think he's helping himself by focusing on this and not the economy? I mean, 2 weeks ago we got a horrible number on jobs. You know that.
Yeah, but I mean, Maria, you know that. I mean, when everybody's attention is focused on terrorism,
right.
You got to go to terrorism.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about the economy this week.
But while the economy numbers were coming out, the jobs numbers were horrible, he was talking about the judge.
And that was a mistake.
Yeah.
You don't want to. If you're a politician and you are in a tight race, and that's what this is right now, even though the polling is negative to Trump this week, it will be better for Trump next week because he's stronger on the terrorism issue. Not to say he's better on it, he's stronger on it, more passionate on it.
Yeah.
But if you get into a personal tiff, T-I-F-F, that's never going to help you with the majority of voters.
No,
I learned that lesson the hard way on television. I used to go after some people when I didn't like what they were saying. And you know, the viewers put up with it, but did that really help me? No, and I don't do that much anymore. Once in a while I have to, but Trump would be wise to say, look, I'm just going to let the personal stuff go and go into the issues Americans care about and keep hammering them.
Most people are saying, what are you talking about?
They don't know. They don't know
Trump
view. They don't know what the situation is.
Right.
You're exactly right.
Let me ask you real quick on Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. He says he's going to address supporters tomorrow. Is he ever going to step down? What's your take?
Yeah, he's out.
He's out?
Yeah, he's done.
So you think he'll announce that tomorrow?
If not before.
Are you going to have him on your show?
You know, it's interesting. Sanders used to come on all the time when nobody even knew who he was. And I liked him as a guest because he's feisty and he'd answer the question. And then as soon as he got respectable, you know, as soon as he ran for president, he didn't come on. The reason he didn't come on, everybody think, well, he's afraid of me. He's not afraid of me. You know, I've gone up against him before. But he didn't want to alienate his far-left base who doesn't like the Fox News Channel and me. And so he didn't want to do that. But I'd have him on anytime because...
Well, what's the excuse for not coming on Mornings with Maria? I mean, I don't know,
well,
because I think he would have...
he sleeps late.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.